What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're washing my truck. I know, super exciting, but I went down a rock road yesterday, and it's white from the pinstripe down, literally, so I can't come up with anything better to do, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to wash the truck. Keys on. He's out. Truck's still on. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So, now that you've seen me wash the truck, I'm going to get into some of the other stuff that's going to be coming up over the summer. And as you might have figured out or know, this truck's only two-wheel drive with a one-wheel peel in the back. So it's one-wheel drive, basically. I've gotten it stuck several times in the snow and in mud doing truck stuff, and I'm tired of it, and I don't want to sell the truck because I like it too much and it's in too good a shape, and it's basically turned into a family heirloom now because no matter how many people buy this truck, it never leaves the family. We can't get rid of it. Anyway, doing some research. The frame between the two-wheel drives and the four-wheel drives is exactly the same, down to every nut and bolt location, everything. Cross members, holes drilled already, everything's the same. The frames. There's a there's a cutout, not a cutout, but a mark, like a scribe mark, I guess, in the floorboard where the shift lever for the four-wheel drive would go for the transfer case. Already not cut out of the floor, but scribed into the floor so you can see exactly where you need to cut. That's already there on the floor. The like I said, the frames are the same. Front suspension, steering, everything's the same. The brake calipers are the same. The rotors are different because the four-wheel drive hub has a bigger diameter to it for the rotor to go over it than the two-wheel drive. But so the rotors in the front are different. The brake rotors are the only thing that are different in the front. Everything else is the same. Calipers, pads, all the steering system, everything like that. So what I'm doing, what's going to happen this summer, because I'm going to be out of school. I'm graduating this year, so I'm going to be out of school, working more hours. I'm going to have the money to throw at this thing. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the junkyard up in St. Louis, which is about an hour away from us here in Redbud. We're going to go to the junkyard, me and Dad and my brother, maybe one of my friends, go along too. And we're going to pull the front axle off of a four-wheel drive truck, transfer case off of a four-wheel drive truck, front drive shaft off a four-wheel drive truck, maybe the rear drive shaft if we get one that's the same layout, being a double or a crew cab short bed. If we find a crew cab short bed truck, I'm going to pull the rear drive shaft so I don't have to have one custom made. And the transmission, because the transmission output shaft is different between two-wheel and four-wheel drive. The transmission itself is the same, but the output shaft is different. You can swap the output shafts, but the output shaft is the last part out of the transmission and the first part back in during a rebuild. So there's no point in taking two whole transmissions apart just to swap the output shaft. And I'm going to rebuild the four-wheel drive transmission before it goes in the truck. That way, as soon as I'm done going through the gaskets and seals on the transfer case, bearings on the axles, gaskets and seals on the axles, the transmission rebuild, gaskets, etc. As soon as everything is done and refreshed / rebuilt, that's when I'm gonna just some Friday night come home, put the truck up on jack stands, pull the front I-beams off, rear drive shaft. I'm gonna fix the rear main seal on my engine because it's leaking. And while I already have the trans out, I might as well. And then it's gonna all go back on. I probably won't get it done in a weekend, but I think I can get it done in a week probably, because it's really not that hard to do any of this. There's 6 bolts that hold the entire front axle that's already on the truck on, along with the four-wheel drives. There's like 6 bolts. You got one for the shock, one for the springs. Yeah, one for the shock, one for the springs, and one that the I-beam pivots on. Because the way this front suspension on these OBS trucks is designed on the two-wheel drives and the half-ton or the independent front suspension four-wheel drives, the 1-tons had solid front axles, so they're different. But on the half-tons and the 3/4 tons with independent front suspension, the suspension system is designed like this. It's a cross. The driver's side I-beam bolts to the passenger side, and the passenger I-beam bolts to the driver's side. So when you're moving up and down, the suspension does this. That's how it works. And some people don't like them. Some people love them. I don't see anything wrong with it. The only real problem is that if you change your springs or add more or less weight to the front, the way it's designed, your camber changes drastically on your front tires. So these trucks are really hard to get aligned to not wear tires on the inside and outside edge or both. In fact, my tires are down to the wear bar. I need new tires also. This is going to be an expensive summer. My front tires are down to the wear bar on the outside and the inside, but the center still has about 2/32 of tread on it. Just because when I'm going up, over bumps and whatever, the camber is changing on the tire and wearing the tire. So they go through tires a little bit faster on the front, but whatever, it's what it is. They ride pretty decent for a truck. So yeah, that's the plan for the summer. And I haven't decided yet, but I need to figure this out before I put new tires on it. I might be doing a 2.5-inch rough country lift on it, which will get done when I have the front axle out, because you have to take the front axle out to put the lift kit on, so I'm not going to put it in, wait a month, take it back out, and put it back in. And also, if I do a lift kit, I'm putting 31s on it. 31 by 10.5s is what I'm looking at. Is what I'm going to go to. I just want the look of a lift kit. And also, if it's four-wheel drive, I'm going to be off-roading it more than I already do. So a lift kit would actually be of some benefit then. And also, I just really like the look of these trucks lifted. I don't like being able to I don't like being as tall as my truck. I want my truck to be taller than me. So yeah, that's the plan for the summer. So y'all are definitely going to want to stay tuned to the channel for that, because that'll be interesting and fun and exciting, and you can laugh at me about the $3,000 I'm going to throw at the truck over the summer. Yep, it'll be great. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was going to do now. Oh yeah, I was going to buff it because it's all scratched up. Because I didn't run into a tree, but I got really close to a tree and it scratched. Passenger fender, the A-frame, the roof, all down here. Scuffed it up pretty bad, so we're going to buff that out, and it's going to end up turning into buffing the entire truck, and then we're going to wax it, because I haven't waxed it since July of last year. So that's what we're going to do. Well, everybody, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and because my camera hates me, I have no idea where the footage went from the last, I don't know, 2 hours that I had worked on the truck. No idea where any of it went. So that's wonderful. And also, as I'm sure you noticed, that I noticed in post-editing, somehow, over the course of that 8-minute video clip, the audio started off synced up with my mouth, and at the end, it's like 2 seconds off. I don't know how that happens on a camera that I use the built-in mic on. I don't have a mic hookup on that camera. That's where the wind noise came from, because I don't have a good mic for it. And also, I don't know how the audio gets unsynced, and I can't figure out. It acts like the audio is going just a split second slower than the video is. But I didn't speed up the video, and I didn't slow down the audio, and I didn't speed up, slow down the video. So I don't know how that happens. Whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Right now, I have an iPhone 7 that is, I don't even know how old it is. Year and a half, 2 years old probably. No, I bought it in June in Florida last year, so it's less than a year old, but it's April. It's, well, it's about 11 months old, but obviously iPhone 7s didn't come out in 2020, they came out in like 17 or something, so, I haven't decided yet. I might buy a new phone over the summer, like an iPhone XR or an 11 Pro or something like that, to where I can actually just use the phone as my camera. Because right now, well, here, I'll get it and show you real quick. So right now, this is the camera that I use for my video recording mostly. It's a Canon PowerShot SX530HS. That's a whole lot of stuff. And it works adequately for what I need it to do. However, being that I'm going to be doing YouTube more probably, I'm going to want something that works better. And I don't really want to spend $500-800 on a camera when I could spend $500-800 on a phone that'll do the exact same thing. So, and the problem is with my iPhone, with my 7, is I think it's a 32 gigabyte, so it doesn't have room for video footage at all, basically. I like doing it on a camera better because the footage is easy to get off of it. But I'm going to have to play with it and see how hard it is to get footage off of my iPhone now that I have a new computer and an iPhone, because I was trying to do it on a Chromebook with Android and it didn't work. But now that I have a Windows 10 computer with iTunes on it and an iPhone, maybe it'll work okay and I'll be able to do it. So we will have to see how that goes. I'll have to play with that some
as well. But yeah, thanks a lot, Canon, for managing to screw up a video clip that you had no conceivable reason to screw up, and I can't come up with a reason why it would have messed that up, so I don't know. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you consider subscribing. I hope you're staying safe, and God bless you, and have a great day.